What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here, and welcome back to another edition of the Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. And of course, you can't have the three-way dance unless there's three of us. So joining me, as always, is Shelby, aka Shubs,
Heyo.
who should be surprised he's still part of this podcast after last week. And joining me, as always, is my angel is the centerfold himself, Nick.
My love definitely runs cold.
Yes.
It has for quite a while now. Dang.
That's the second
Anyway.
time. That's the second time I've almost I almost hit record and I was like, wait, stop, and I had to think of an 80s reference.
It's funny. I actually, a couple of years ago, I saw the frontman for the Jay Giles band, Peter Wolf, perform a solo show. He didn't perform any of the Jay Giles band songs. I was mad.
Oh yeah.
Very mad. It was just like, come on, really?
But yeah, if you are listening to this, I just want to say a big thank you to the people who listened to last week's episode on Ready to Rumble. Even though it's not up in the hundreds of listens or views on YouTube, I think in a week's time, it was probably one of our most successful episodes. So thank you guys for listening to that. I had a lot of fun doing that episode until, Shelby's review at the end. Other than that, it was great.
I am surprised I'm still part of the show, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hey, don't push your luck.
I know, right? Yeah, don't get cocky. But this week I decided to break our psyches here. Well, I don't know. Shelby may end up loving this album because of it. But this week we I gave Shelby and Nick mystery letters, which was A, B, and Z. Although you two have to decide on a letter, and I knew what each one was, and they chose B. And A was WWE's Reckless Intent, and C was WWE The Music Volume 5. So since they chose B, tonight on tonight's show, we will be reviewing the WWE Originals CD. That CD that came out in, 2005, I believe?
2004.
2004. Thank you. You're the music guy, so you should know. Which features the likes of the Dudleys, Stacy Keibler, Trish Stratus, a couple others. We'll get to them here. But of course, we also have some news. We're going to play our games. We're going to have a sports show list of the week here, and of course, vintage picks as well. So let's go ahead and get right into the news here, and let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room just so we can get it out of the way right now. Let's talk about the Evolution.
Oh, come on, man.
What's going on in the Evolution
last
this
night?
week?
I'm kidding. Let's
Was she
go ahead
even
and
on
talk-
last night, though?
She was, yeah. Dewdrop took on Tamina.
Oh, hell. All right.
Yeah. It was titties versus titties. It was good. Although I didn't watch Raw last night because I got home so late. So I was like, fuck it. And I'm kind of pissed because people were actually like, wow, that was Nia Jax's best match. Which I was like, holy shit. And it looked like it was a great match.
I have it on DVR right now. I haven't watched it.
Nia versus Rhea Ripley, and Nia got busted open and shit, man. They said it was a great match. Yeah, they said it was a great match. All right. But the actual elephant in the room, let's go ahead and talk about it. Apparently Thursday, I believe, Bray Wyatt, a.k.a. The Fiend, a.k.a. Husky Harris, a.k.a. Axel Mulligan, a.k.a. what is his name? Wyatt.
Wyndham Rotunda.
Wyndham Rotunda, thank you. I knew it was something like that. Has been released from the WWE. One of the top merchandise sellers in the company is now gone. But on top of all that, his wife, JoJo, was also quietly released a couple months ago, which, I mean, a big fucking surprise because she hadn't been on TV in like a year and a half now.
More than that, 2 years at least.
Has it been 2 years? And along with JoJo, Jeff Jarrett was quietly released as well from his producer role. And just yesterday, Ric Flair asked for his release from his Legends contract. And he is out of the company. But I think the bigger news here is Bray Wyatt being released. I think we were all at a loss for words when this happened.
If we weren't at a loss before when Joe and the Iconics and Aleister Black, Malachi Black, Braun Strowman, and everybody got released, I still am not sure how I feel about it. And I brought this up in our chat about Vince's interview and how he said that he didn't see AEW on the same level as WCW in terms of competition, but he also made the comment of maybe we can help them more or something like that when it comes to AEW and talent, because they mentioned AEW's recent talent acquisitions, and I just kind of wonder if maybe, and I doubt it, but in the back of my mind, I kind of think, is this Vince's way of quietly re-signing Bray Wyatt and making an even bigger splash and selling even more merch and just kind of a way to bait AEW?
Or do you think it's just Vince being like, oh, I don't really think AEW's competition here. Watch this. He releases his top merchandise seller, hoping AEW will sign him. Just, okay, we have Bray Wyatt now, which obviously can't be Bray Wyatt. So we have Wyndham Rotunda, whatever. And then they still don't beat WWE. And Vince is like, told you.
Yeah.
See, and I could see that. I've also read, I read earlier today that it wasn't so much a budget cut, more so of Wyatt had several ideas for his return leading into SummerSlam. Apparently, these ideas went to creative, but they didn't go to creative from him. They went from somebody else. And creative dismissed those ideas, and he didn't like what they wanted him to do, and they couldn't agree on terms. I don't know how much of that is true. I read that earlier today.
And I guess the moral of the story is do not have a feud of any kind with Randy Orton.
He's actually becoming the legend killer again.
He's
sending all the legends video, to AEW to die.
The one I saw, I think it was a tweet, and they're like, this promo from Randy Orton really aged well and really was in like capital letters. I think it was just Orton last night at WrestleMania or whatever he says. It's like, I guarantee you that the WWE universe will never, ever see the Fiend on their TV screens or in this arena ever again. And now he's been released.
Damn.
And it's
That's
just
amazing.
like, it's something like that. I'm just like, oh my, wow.
But if they keep, do you think, now I know CM Punk was a different situation, but do you think if the We Want Wyatt chants continue like they did on Raw Monday, do you think Vince will be like, okay, we fucked up?
Probably.
That kind of plays into my initial kind of theory that I'm playing with, that it was kind of a deliberate move. Not expecting the crowd to react that quick.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I feel like it'll be, if he is going to bring him back, it'll be a little bit later than what he would have. So he'll purposely delay it. I could see like he'll show up at Summer. I could see an idea where like, because they're throwing out the We Want Wyatt, and if that continues, especially, which I think it could, especially with Goldberg, considering the whole Fiend fiasco with old Bill, I could see it being something like a lights go out and come up, and here's Sweater Bray on a swing set, and he just waves, and that's the end of SummerSlam. He just waves at Roman. Just kind of throws up his hand. Hi. And then lights go out, and that's that. Or come up, and
the lights go out, then it's
like,
the lights go out, then it's the let me in, and then boom, over.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Velveteen Dream.
That would be sweet too. Roman beats fucking Cena. He's like, there's nobody who can beat me. Then Velveteen Dream. I would lose my fucking mind.
Honestly, I would too. I don't think he's on that level, but it would be pretty incredible.
But I could see something like that with Bray, where like, here comes a swing set and Sweater Bray, and just he waves at Roman, and then lights, let me in. SummerSlam ends. Everybody's like, wait, what? and then don't reveal anything. Don't even act like Bray is on contract. Bring him back like they did Matt Hardy when Edge was banging Lita.
Yeah.
Have him signed for like 2 months already, but not reveal that until like a year later.
Yeah. And speaking of releases, I accidentally wrote released next to this person's name and not contract like I wanted to. But Adam Cole's contract seems to be running up at the end of SummerSlam. And according to Britt Baker, rumor innuendo, as they like to say on the streets, would have it that he is not currently happy with his position.
I read the opposite.
I
thought
read
she
the
said
opposite
that
too.
Yeah, I thought she
Maybe
said
I
that
read
he
it
was
wrong,
really.
man.
Yeah, I think you read it wrong because I'm pretty sure she said that he was happy with where he was at right now.
Oh, okay,
I
maybe I read that wrong then. Okay, my
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, from what I read, it was that she spoke of, yes, he might be really good friends with, I think she said the EVPs, which of course are Cody and Kenny and fucking the Young Fucks. And but she also said too that, like, while he may be friends, he's also happy with the position he's in over there right now. So
Mhm.
he's gonna do the Tuesday thing, and I'll keep doing the Wednesday thing.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So you think they're gonna figure out a way to re-sign him?
Yeah, I do, especially if it's
I
gonna be
do.
staying with NXT.
But still, you have to think though, because Adam Cole seems like one of those guys who doesn't want to go to main roster. He seems like a Gargano and a Ciampa. What else in NXT can Cole do?
Nothing.
More than he can do in AEW.
Shave his face and win the women's championship. Adam Cole, baby.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, you would. That doesn't surprise me.
Okay, moving on. There is going to be a big return next week on AEW Dynamite. I know you guys are not the biggest Dynamite fans, but at the end of last week's death match, no rules match, a little bit more on that here in a second, but Juventud Guerrera, Lucha legend and everything will be returning tomorrow, I should say, on Dynamite. You guys looking forward at least to Hoovy returning with mask? On top of all that, he's going to be wearing the mask.
You say about Dynamite, but lately I will say that AEW in general has been far more enjoyable to watch overall as a product than what WWE has. I'm really jazzed about Hoovy.
Although I will say that main event, the no rules match, I'm just like, considering the other work that I've seen Gage in, I'm like, this is the best they came up with.
I was
we'll go ahead and I'm excited for Hoovy to return. That was the whole point, and we'll transition into apparently Nick Gage, and supposedly, this is just a rumor, supposedly Nick Gage and Tony Khan are in a little bit of hot water with Domino's Pizza. Nick Gage's one of his signature things to do is to pull out a pizza cutter and cut across the head of his opponent, a la Abdullah the Butcher on a fork. Well, after he performed this stunt, they said, we'll be right back after this break. We're going to continue in picture. And the first, in most markets, I don't know about all, but in most markets, the commercial they aired right after it was a Domino's pizza commercial with a pizza cutter cutting across pizza. Domino's was not too big of a fan of that. And supposedly Tony Khan had whoever air that commercial on purpose.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the rumor. I don't know how true
Oh my God, what an idiot.
And Domino's is threatening to pull their advertising from AEW.
Wow.
Perhaps Blue Ribbon wants it.
Blue Ribbon's like, we'll take it. Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pabst Blue Ribbon is just like, they don't want it, we'll take the spot. Shit, we don't care.
It just is so. And
Cut him with
Domino's put
cut
out.
him with a Pabst Blue Ribbon can next time. Shit.
Next
Make
thing you
sure
know,
that-
you have Nick Gage as the spokesman for Pabst Blue Ribbon. He's just chewing on a PBR can.
You know, minus
I'm Nick Gage.
minus Shelby's qualms with him being a bank addicted drug robber.
Yeah, bank addicted robber. That's right.
A drug addicted bank robber. Minus that, I still don't see the appeal in this guy. Like, being an autograph collector now, like, people are just like, oh my God, I got to get that Nick Gage autograph. I'm like, I don't see the appeal in this guy. Like, minus his personal life aside, like, people want to, hey, if people want to be like, well, fuck Chris Benoit because he killed his family now. Okay, if you want to view it that way, hey, fine. Okay, whatever. But, like, viewing Nick Gage as an in-ring competitor, I don't see it.
That's why he does fucking death matches.
Still, even with death
exactly why
matches,
he does it.
even
That's
with
all
death
he does.
matches, I don't see it with this guy.
What?
I've seen way better death matches and shit. Like the one he put on with Jericho. I'm sorry, I was just like, this is what people go fucking gaga for. Like the death match. Well, it wasn't really a death match, but
You got to
the
consider too
unsanctioned-
that like
the
on
unsanctioned match with Moxley and Omega was better than that fucking match.
on national television you can't show as much either.
Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa was better than that match.
Yeah, and that was on.
That was on. Yeah, that was on television.
And that was gruesome.
They might have had to stop doing shit like that though after that one.
I
bet you a lot of the sponsors were pissed that night too.
I did read TNT is not really the biggest fan of the gore and stuff.
Yeah.
But I also like. You gotta think too. To what degree can we present Gage to a national audience? And I mean, that was considered tame to even stuff I've heard about.
Yeah.
So, and to think that they may have potentially lost at least one sponsor, like, think about how many they would have lost in the event they did that much more.
Oh fuck! They don't need Domino's anyway. Hey, Firehouse Subs, if you're listening, you can. There's a spot opening in an advertisement for you.
Give Tony Khan a call.
Yeah, there you go. Moving on, we have some news coming out of Friday Night SmackDown. It was probably one of my favorite fucking moments I have seen this year. But Sasha Banks returned.
Mm.
And not only did she return, but she
yo, so fresh, yo.
She teamed up with Bianca Belair to win a tag match against Zelina Vega and Carmella. Which, oh man, the more the weeks go on, Zelina Vega's joining that poor bastard club. But
they only have
at the end of that tag match,
catering, pal.
At the end of that tag match, Sasha Banks brutally attacks Bianca Belair. And it was just glorious.
So fresh, yo.
Oh, God, it was so good. Just watching her beat the shit out of Bianca and, like, Bianca almost in tears. It was, oh, God, it was so good. It was probably my favorite moment this year.
Was this the original plan to go with Sasha and Belair at SummerSlam?
Oh, I really don't care, but it was a great moment. That's the only reason I put it on the news cycle.
So fresh, yo.
And the final bit of news I have here, our favorite match of all time might be returning at SummerSlam.
Sorry, pardon.
Come on.
They're not doing a Punjabi prison.
They might be doing one.
Oh my God, really?
Jinder Mahal wants to end his feud with Drew McIntyre inside the Punjabi prison at SummerSlam.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, why?
You guys excited to see the return of the Punjabi prison?
If it is Drew,
even
if it is Drew McIntyre versus Jinder, Big Shank, and Beer, I am down. Throw all 4 of them inside the Punjabi prison. I am down. If it's
You know
just
what?
Drew versus
Just-
Jinder, no.
Just Drew versus Big Shank. That's good enough. I could take that.
Well, you know, I kind of like the handicap match idea. That sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
fair enough.
3-on-1 inside the
So,
Punjabi prison.
I'd watch that.
So they just
Hey,
like beat
you
down
You know
on
what?
him the
You
entire
know how
match.
you know how TNA has like TNA lockdown,
Mm.
SummerSlam prison. There you go. Every match is the Punjabi prison match.
Oh no! See that?
No.
Why wouldn't you do that at the next Saudi Arabia show?
Oh yeah, there you go. Saudi
Surrounded.
Arabia, the super prison down right there.
Super Showdown inside the Punjabi prison, live from Saudi Arabia.
Inside a Saudi
WWE
Arabian prison.
WWE Network presents.
Crown prison. Every match, Punjabi prison. I'd watch that shit. Now that'd be a Saudi show. I'd be like, okay, I don't give a fuck who's in these
Yeah.
matches. I'll watch them.
I gotta see it.
Oh
at least.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be Otis and Chad Gable versus the Mysterios, whatever. But it's in Punjabi prison. All right, well. I guess
Oh
I'll watch.
yeah.
You know. All right, so that is the news that I found this week. Not a lot happening really. All right, so now it's time to move on to one of our favorite games that we like to play. It came from eBay, but wait, there's more. Because before we get to It Came From eBay, we got to give a shout out to one of our sponsors here, and that is Movies R, that is the letter R, moviesrusa.net, where you can head on over and find hundreds of movies and TV shows on Blu-ray and even some on DVD. Like if you want the short-lived Nightmare on Elm Street TV series Freddy's Nightmares that was never officially released on DVD except for a couple episodes, you can head on over to moviesrusa.net, pick you up a copy of that. And if you look at that price and you say, hey, man, that's a little pricey for me, man. I don't have that stimulus money no more and such like that. Well, guess what? They gave your boy a hookup to give to you, because if you go over there and you want that DVD set, if you're like a little kid looking at the fire truck on the shelf and you're like, I want that fire truck, then if you tell them, hey, three-way, you're going to get 50, not 10, not 20, not 30, not 40, not 45, but 50% off your purchase. And then Freddy's Nightmares is coming home with you. That fire truck is coming off the shelf into your hands, coming home with you. So head on over, check out moviesrusa.net. Check out all the great products they have. I mean, over 176 pages worth of product, including the brand new Fear Street trilogy on Blu-ray. If you haven't seen the Fear Street movies from Netflix, and you don't have Netflix, this is a perfect place to get them. Again, use my checkout code, or our checkout code, not just mine, our checkout code, three-way, and save 50% on your entire purchase.
Just don't walk up to a random person and say three-way, because it might not end well.
That is true.
Hey, I hear 1 in 10. Your best chance is 1 in 10. So if you find a lineup of 15 people, you might find maybe you even have. So
Hey,
if you find 15 people, you will probably find one that's down.
I walked up to Lacey Evans and said three-way, and I got a date with her.
No, you
It's at the state municipal court, but it's still a date.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah,
that's one way of looking at it.
All right, let's get to It Came From eBay. But right now, the score is Nick with 10, Shelby with 9. And man, I didn't make a big deal about it at the beginning, but I should have. But this is our 20th episode, man.
Wow.
Yay!
Yeah.
We've been going tied up
again.
That's like
okay.
Isn't that like 4 months?
Yeah, we've been doing it every week. Yeah.
Wow.
Since April. So end of
That's
April.
crazy.
Yeah. All righty. So here we go. Let's pick out one here, and let's go with. Okay. These are WWF Shawn Michaels HBK Heartbreak Kid. Red Heart sunglasses. They're Shawn Michaels branded sunglasses. They're like a heart shape. They're red. Man, pretty much said it right there in the description. You can wear them as sunglasses, or you can put them on your dong and make it like your dong's wearing glasses. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, the dong's the nose.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You can make it look like it's sexy.
There you go. So, Nick, how much are the WWF HBK Red Heart sunglasses going for on eBay?
You can make your dong look like it's sexy.
Look, man, they aren't. Like, I don't. There really isn't appeal in a dong. Just saying.
I mean, some women might have a different opinion. Actually, some men might have a different opinion.
Yes, you guys are getting really sidetracked here. If you guys could just really name a price, that would be fantastic. If you guys want to start a sex podcast, we can do that another day. But right now, we really need a price on the HBK Red Heart sunglasses, Nick.
Three-way dance after midnight. No, so let's say $115.
$115?
Yep.
All right. And Shelby, how much are the glasses going for?
$100.
Ooh, Shelby, you barely got that one.
Oh.
Because they're actually going for $104.99.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. You two were both close there.
Yeah.
Which one do I want to do? Okay. All right, let's go to this one. This is a WWF branded Y2J Chris Jericho blue bowling ball. Just a straight bowling ball. And it has the Y2J emblem on it. And then it also has another emblem that just says Chris Jericho. The color is blue. So, Shelby, how much is the Y2J blue bowling ball going for on eBay?
$100.
$100. I didn't expect to answer so fast. I was trying to finish my drink, but you said that's why there was that pause. Like, oh shit. And Nick, how much is the bowling ball going for on eBay?
I'm gonna go ahead and say, shit, $250.
Shelby, you were off by a penny.
What?
Hell yeah, a penny. Really?
$99.99.
God damn.
Come on, now.
God damn.
So it is 10 to 10, but just always for fun, we like to do the ass blaster. All right, well, somebody needs to take a stool softener this week.
Apparently.
All right, and since Nick can't win, I will let him pick the item. So, Nick, would you like a Bret Hart item, a Hulk Hogan item, or a Junkyard Dog item?
Well, something, artist. I think I have to go with a Hulk Hogan item, brother.
All right, Junkyard Dog it is. Okay, no. Okay, I've been waiting to do this one. This is a Hulk Hogan Hulkamania workout set.
Endorsed by Paul Orndorff.
Endorsed by Paul Orndorff in this famous commercial.
Beautiful.
But this is a Hulk Hogan Hulkamania workout set that, of course, comes with 2 weights, wristbands, a tape, a workout poster, and this is sealed.
Is it signed by Paul Orndorff?
Not signed by Paul Orndorff or Tully Blanchard.
What about Tully Blanchard?
Beat y'all to the gun on that one.
Yeah, you did.
So, Shelby, how much is the Hulk Hogan Hulkamania workout set sealed going for on eBay?
$5,000.
$5,000. All right. And Nick, how much is this going for on eBay?
$12,000.
$12,000. And Shelby, how much did you say?
$5,000.
$5,000. Shelby, you're 3 for 3 this week.
Damn, that might be my first time.
Because this, believe it or not, yeah. See, usually y'all go low when the price is like 12 and 120 grand and shit like that. This time it's like low and y'all shot really high. This time the Hulkamania Hulk Hogan workout Paul Orndorff whatever set is only going for $999.99.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's still way too much. It's
Yeah.
You can go to the damn dollar store and get the same stuff and probably find Hulk Hogan at the beach somewhere and just get him to sign that.
Down to Venice Beach. You can't get Paul Orndorff to sign it anymore, though.
God rest his soul. All right.
Well, I mean, we could get Paul Orndorff to sign if we have a couple flashlights and a shovel.
What about a Ouija board?
Yeah.
All right, now it's on to our other game that we like to play here, and that is the 3-word dance, where I give these two guys, three random words that relate to a wrestler, and they have to figure out who it's connected to.
This one's fucking hard.
And it's Shelby's favorite game.
I do like it. It's just so hard sometimes. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So right now the score is Nick has 6, Shelby has 3, and no contest, which means nobody got it, has 5, 6, 9.
Wow.
So the first one we're gonna do here is, all right. I'll start off with what I think is an easy one. Sometimes I think they're easy, and you guys are just like, So here we go.
They're easy for you, man. Come on now.
You know the answer.
We've been over this.
If you really think, like, they should come to you. Okay.
Hey, some of the shit I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Nah.
Your 3 words are lemon, flower.
Flower as in a W or a U?
W.
Okay.
So lemon, flower, Australia.
Fucking Australia again.
Adam Rose.
There you see, easy right there.
Fuck.
Adam Rose. See,
I marked hard in 2014 when I saw Adam Rose. I was 6 rows from ringside, right at the aisle seat. The Exotic Express comes out. Here's the money. I'm dancing. Adam Rose comes up, does a little dance. I'm like, I'm not lemon. He's like, you're a rosebud. And he kept going. It was awesome.
God, that was great theme music too. All right, here is your second one for the 3-word dance, and I'm gonna crank it up a little bit here. 3 words.
Well, it's the big show.
Okay, I don't know where that came from.
Crank it up.
Oh, all right. Your 3 words are ass, door, poker.
Farouk.
Shelby, you know what? I'll give it to you. It's the Acolyte Protection Agency.
Nice.
I was gonna say either Bradshaw or Farouk. So
yeah, I forgot to do that. I forgot. By the way, Adam Rose, lemon, don't be a lemon. Flower, obviously Rose is a flower, and Adam Rose is Australian. And APA, ass, they had that infamous T-shirt that said "always pounding ass."
yeah.
Door, because they had that fake door, and they were always playing poker.
Nice.
All right. Wow. Okay. That one I thought was hard, and I got that one. So now I really got to crank this one up. Okay. Good luck with this one. Host. HOST, just so we're clear. Mind. Outer. Host, mind, MIND, and outer, OUTER.
Conan.
No, but you're in the right time period. I'll say that. Kind of in the right time period.
Gold dust?
Nope. Need a hint?
Yeah.
Your hint is goatee.
Glacier?
No. You're getting further away now. Outer mind host. I'll tell you right now, I really shouldn't have read them in that order.
Well, no, because I'm gonna be mad when I don't get this because I feel like I know it, but I can't.
Shelby, any clue?
I can picture.
No.
All right, no contest then. Coming down the aisle, he hails from the outer reaches of your mind, Damien Demento.
And then yeah, no, that's. See, fucking, I can picture the ball bastard right now.
And mind, outer reaches of your mind, and host, because after wrestling, he apparently hosted a public access children's show in New York.
What?
I know, isn't that fucked up?
That's amazing.
Nick really liked that one.
Yeah, I can tell.
I can't picture him on a public access show, but then I picture him in the Damien Demento gimmick on a public access children's show. And he just,
Well, I seriously
my kids are crying in the audience.
I seriously doubt he was in the Damien Demento outfit while doing it. So
Look, that just sounds more hilarious, though. Think about how funny that would be. Oh man!
all right, and to break the tie, we'll do one more because each cat, Shelby, Nick, and No Contest got one, and this one I think is going to be a race. I think it's going to be which one of you two can say it first. Tiebreaker is pig, soup, coffee. Or maybe not. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I thought I made that really obvious.
What?
Pig, as in oink oink.
Yeah, duh.
Soup, as in the food. Well, last time I said bowl, a bowl, and y'all thought I was saying bowl. So I just want to make sure we're clear on all the words here. So pig, as in oink oink.
It's that
animal.
accent.
Soup, as in the food. And coffee, as in double A.
That's
I had one of those earlier today. Actually, about 7, but who's counting?
oh,
Pig soup.
pig soup sounds phenomenal.
That would be
Soup and
delicious.
coffee.
What was the third word? Coffee.
Coffee.
Hey, hell. Even like soup as an appetizer and get a nice fucking ham.
Nice
and
pulled pork.
coffee. Oh, that sounds fucking delicious. Oh, man.
All
This show's going off the rails.
Save this for our food podcast coming later this year.
This show's
Bray
going off
Wyatt?
the rails already.
What'd you say?
It's not Bray Wyatt, is it?
No.
Okay.
Can we
I'm
get a
not
hint?
sure how coffee fits in there.
God, what hint can I give without fucking? I mean, like these three words, I thought were giving it away.
What? I know you thought they were giving it away. How?
When I read it, you'll know. A hint. Moment.
Matt Hardy.
No.
William Regal?
What? No.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay.
Contest gets the tiebreaker, apparently.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
Pig, soup, coffee. Larry Steve.
Oh wow. Come on. That's not wrestling related though.
Whoever said it needed to be wrestling related?
I thought it did.
Look, Alexa Bliss's late pig doesn't.
Alexa Bliss's late pig was named Larry Steve.
Yeah.
Her favorite band is Bowling for Soup.
Oh.
And some of her wrestling gear or wrestling merchandise featured coffee.
I thought you were saying the answer was Larry Steve. My bad.
No.
I totally missed that. I see it now.
And moment, your clue, moment of bliss. God damn it, you two suck!
Play that boo sound effect.
I have to dig it
I
out.
like that.
I don't really have it out.
Dang, I really enjoyed this. Yes.
There we go. I had to dig it out, but all right. So that was our 3-word dance. That at first it was starting off very promising. Like
Yeah.
Nick got one, Shelby got one. I was like, all right, and then they flopped on the third one, which I purposely did, But then I was just all right. I'll give them a give me. I'll just give them Alexa Bliss, and nope, they're just like, dang.
Look, man, I at least got Adam Rose. Come on now. I knew right away. As soon as you said lemon, I'm like, this is Adam Rose. Gotta be Adam Rose.
See, I thought I was being too obvious with the lemon. That's why I was like, I gotta change up some more because I was gonna write Australian, but I was just like, I think I'm being way too obvious with Australian, so I went with Australia. All right, now before we move on to our review of the album WWE Originals, we gotta talk about one of our sponsors, and that is repsports.com, which features many products. Energy-related products featuring the Broken Arrow pre-workout and the Raise Energy Drink, which right now, if you head on over there, you can get the rainbow flavor. Taste the rainbow. Rainbow, you can taste the rainbow right now. Right now, they are offering a free 4-pack of rainbow. All you got to do is cover shipping. And if you don't want to just try rainbow, if you would like a variety pack, look in the description of this podcast, and we are offering, /I am offering, a free 4-pack of Raise Energy Drink, a great, delicious, 0 sugar, 0 crash, electrolytes to keep you hydrated. Great alternative to like Red Bull, such like that. Look in the description here. You'll get a free 4-pack of Raise Energy Drink. You're going to get Sour Gummy Worm. You're going to get Voodoo, which is one of my personal favorite flavors. You're going to get Strawberry Colada, and Shelby actually has a favorite flavor. You're going to get his favorite flavor too, and that is
Galaxy Burst.
Galaxy Burst. You will get all 4 of those. Again, all we ask is that you cover shipping. Make sure to use my checkout code ARTIST to make sure you get that 100% free, except for the shipping, of course. And if you're looking around the website and you see some other things you want to get, if you don't like the prices on there, hey, use my checkout code there as well, and you will save 15% on your entire purchase. So be sure to head on over, pick you up some Raise Energy Drink, some Broken Arrow pre-workout, some Hyper Sleep, some t-shirts, some stickers. Everything that you would want is on repsports.com. They won't bring your dog Skipper back from the dead, though, unfortunately. Yeah. What? Okay. You choose reaction. That was just.
Why would you even bring that up?
Yeah, man, that's rough.
Somebody out there's gonna be listening and be like, but Skip.
Oh my god. Head on over right now to repsports.com, pick up any of their great products. Use my checkout code ARTIST, that's ARTIST, and save 15% at checkout. All right, let's get into this fucking atrocity known as WWE Originals. In 2004, WWE, who were very popular at releasing their music onto CD, their most popular one being WWE The Music Volume 5. It was their highest charted one at number 2. And I believe right behind that, their next charted one was Volume 4, which also did very well, which is probably one of the most popular ones they did, as well as many others. So they decided to go a different route with this one. They decided to get a collection of their stars at the time to sing some original songs, hence the title WWE Originals. They got together with their mix master at the time, Jim Johnson, and we have WWE Originals. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it with track number 1, which is very reminiscent of the wrestling album, which features little bits in between some of the songs with Steve Austin and Jim Johnson. And I'll say it right now before we even get to any of the fucking songs. I think these were like the best things on the fucking album.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in the wrestling album, they were short. I like Steve Austin. I like his shtick.
Mm-hmm.
But these felt a little long and would be a lot better if you could actually see them. I get that this is an album, but maybe this wasn't the place to do it. They were funny, but I felt like most of the time I really lost interest in them a couple seconds in.
I would have liked to have seen the footage, but I enjoyed those bits.
There is a special edition of this album where you do get a DVD with it. So I believe some of the footage, at least some of it, is available. But I do see
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I thought the first one was pretty funny, where Steve actually breaks the guitar. I thought that was pretty funny. All right, and then we get into our first actual track, which is, you know what? I should pull up the track for listeners. That might.
We've had enough.
This was by the Dudleys.
Do y'all have a track listing pulled up?
I just have it kind of written down before the song.
Okay, let me just pull one up too. But yes, it is "We Had Enough" by the Dudley Boys, Bubba and Devon. Which, okay.
Yeah. Well.
Now listen, this is what I got here. Like, I like the actual music, like the actual music in the background and everything. The backing track, I guess, would be the best way to put it. But who the fuck picked the Dudleys to sing?
See, I didn't like the backing track personally.
Really?
It was too rocky for a rap song.
It sounded too much like their entrance music.
Yeah.
That was the issue I had. They can't rap for shit, and I don't know who.
No, they can't.
We'll get the Dudley Boys to perform on this. I'm like, exactly. Oh no. Like, and especially when you can hear Bubba, like, as Bubba, and it's just like, this is just not, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It would have been better, honestly, and like, there are other rap songs coming up that I disagree with this, but it would have been better if they could have used at least like one swear word to emphasize something, I think. Because it just kind of felt like it was happening, and I kind of stopped paying.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Spike Dudley playing the fiddle, and like, damn.
What do you mean? There's other rap songs coming up? There's one rap song coming up.
Well, no, there's like 2 Mexican rap songs.
I beg to differ, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, unlike Shelby, and I think Nick said he disagreed too, but like, I like the backing track for it. I think if it was anybody but the Dudley singing over it, I think it could have been better.
Fair enough.
Okay.
We've had enough of this song.
Yeah. How long you been waiting to do that?
I actually just thought of it just at the end of that.
All right, track number 3 is "I Just Want You" by Trish Stratus.
Oh my god! Oh,
you know what?
When did Trish Stratus turn into a fourth?
Before we even get into it, we are looking for a new co-host of the Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. If you don't want to get paid for anything but have a little bit of fun, let us know.
It gave me a serious Jessica Simpson vibe listening to Trish Stratus.
I think Trish could have been the crossover star. Song is pretty good.
Yeah.
Could listen to it again. And that's rare for these songs on this fucking album, because there's only one song I finished, and believe it or not, this is not the one I finished.
I'm interested to hear
Did
which
you
one
finish.
you did
Put
finish.
a little ass on it?
We'll talk about put a little ass on it. Because I'm letting you guys know now, if you're listening to this, this was fucking brutal to get through. Every one of these fucking songs, minus the Steve Austin bits, like I did not make it through any of them except for fucking one, and they'll be shocked on which one it is. This was just fucking awful. I used to have this album. I think I still have this album. I'm just like, I wonder why I never listened to it. Now I know why. I think I figured that out on one of these. I write that somewhere here. I'm just like, now I know why I never listened to this, and I don't know. I'll find it. But this was actually one of the like decent tracks.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I gotta say, it gave me a serious Jessica Simpson vibe.
I just want you. Shelby.
When did Trish Stratus turn into a 14-year-old girl?
Oh my god.
And snore. That was all I wrote.
Okay. All right, coming up next is "Crossing Borders" by Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Not a big fan of songs with a lot of foreign language in it that I don't understand.
I wrote down.
Should not rap, but the beat was good.
I wrote down. I guess this would be good if I could understand it. And then I wrote down. "Crossing Borders." It was the only fucking words I could understand.
Yeah, I did get this one line in here that I thought was fucking hilarious, though. It's something along the lines of, "Want to be famous, you gotta cross the border." Oh man.
You want to be famous, you gotta do something illegal.
Well, you got to go into America, basically, is what he's saying.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's not what it means. Maybe it means you got to cross over into Mexico.
It just sounded kind of funny considering that he's living in the States and he's Mexican.
From San Diego.
Yeah.
Exactly. So maybe he's saying you got to cross over into Mexico.
So he's saying he's
That's
not famous
what I
then?
thought he was saying.
So he's saying he's not famous then because he lives in San Diego?
No, he's
Can
saying
we just agree that this was dog shit?
We can agree with that.
Because like this was awful.
It was.
This is like the WWE songs of today. Where like, don't get me wrong, I fucking love like Top 1%. You know, the CFO $ song from for EC3. But I will say it's like the same minute song repeated 3 times. And this is what Crossing Borders was. I swear to God. I mean,
it's almost like some of these songs were put on here because they were testing the waters to see if they could make them their new theme songs.
I think one of them ended up. One of them was their theme song for a while.
Well, there's a couple. There's
Booker
2.
T did use "Can You Dig It?"
Yeah, I was gonna wait till we got there, fucker. But okay.
There's another one later on too that that was the main theme for a while.
We are more or less there though, because we're talking Crossing Borders now. We already have been talking Stone Cold segments.
Well, we're gonna go to the Steve Austin segment. You know what? You two are really starting to piss me off.
Cue that sound. Right?
And that's the night that the podcast ended.
Table flips.
All right. So number 5 is another Steve Austin bit. "Did You Feel It?" is what it's called. The first one was called "Where's the Beer?" And the only thing I wrote down was bullshit. Steve is playing that riff.
I was gonna say, you're not playing that guitar.
And then I do like how Steve was just like, can you please play it back for me? Can you play? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me put it in terms so that you understand. Pretty please. I wrote down that. I thought that was funny. All right, now number 6 is
fuck. The fucking Booker Man.
Yeah, Can You Dig It by Booker T. And oh my fucking
I fucking love this song.
What?
So good. Yeah, man.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Booker T, that was the entrance music for Booker T and Rob Van Dam.
He honestly has a good rapping voice. Like I wouldn't have been surprised if he got into like rapping at some point. But I mean, I don't know that I don't think he necessarily did. Also, did you hear all the Tupac references on this album?
He didn't really rap though.
He did.
No.
He just talked to the beat.
He was rapping.
That is rapping.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like Eminem, you gotta lose yourself in the music you move that you hold.
You ever hear like new Eminem?
Whatever. Okay. Listen, fucker. Okay. Well, Booker T was just I don't know the fucking lyrics. I could not fucking. Yeah, it was like, can you dig it? Yeah, we're going down. Yeah, and that's what I wrote down. Yeah / That was most of the fucking words. If you want to know most of the lyrics of his words, it's like yeah, 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 dig it. Yeah, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And then like I got so bored that like I noticed for some fucking reason on YouTube, because I listened to this album on YouTube, this song has 140 likes and 0 dislikes. So there's something severely wrong with people.
Doing it like G.O. Go.
And then I just wrote down, he just keeps talking.
No more drama in my life, but the violent brand was like my favorite line. I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
I put he barely sung, and then I put torture.
It's not supposed to be singing.
I wrote I can dig it.
I wrote. Oh, okay. All right. Now I know where I wrote down. Now I know why I never listened to this. Because track 7 is I Don't Suck, Really by Kurt Angle. And oh, Christ have mighty.
I fucking love this song.
This
is my favorite song on the album.
I'm done. You talk, I am done. I'm fucking leaving the cast. Goodbye.
So awful. It was not Sexy Kurt by any means. What the hell is wrong with you?
Man, this song is great. They realized that Kurt couldn't sing. So they had fun with it. And even though he's being jokey, funny, Kurt, he still sounds tough. Like somebody would then kick your ass.
Oh,
also, his delivery was like fucking amazing. This wasn't supposed to be good.
It was not Sexy Kurt. It will never be Sexy Kurt.
Well, no, it's I Don't Suck.
It was gross.
It sounded like I wrote down, is he read cue cards? Like, that's how retarded I was by this point. I couldn't even write proper sentences. Okay. Is he read cue cards? Because it sounded like he was just reading. Somebody was like holding up the cue cards for him to read.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you watch the when they were releasing this album, they had like an advertisement for it. If you watch the advertisement, I'm pretty sure it shows him in the studio like reading off a card. So to be fair,
and then after that, and then after I wrote, "Is he read cue cards?" I wrote, "I know why I never listen to this now."
Even when I rap better. I love that.
I wrote that. I wrote he rhymed rap with rap.
Yeah, he did. It was amazing.
I was like, this is an insult to my intelligence. ... I quit.
I
just wanted to hear Sexy Kurt after. That's it.
Sexy Kurt is good. Sexy Kurt is good. That's for sure.
All I heard, well, like when I pressed pause on this because I had to take a breather. I had to take a breather after listening to this, and that was just like, everybody in this room is now dumber for having to hear that. I worked no points. May God have mercy on your soul. Oh God, this was fucking horrendous.
I thought it was great.
But
my favorite.
But I will say it gets a little better with track 8. When I Get You Alone by Vita. Christ, I'm gonna kill one of you tonight, and I don't know which one it's gonna be. But
This one gave me a Black Velvet vibe. I was like, Lita could probably do a pretty good cover of Black Velvet by Alana Miles. The lyrics were kind of awful, but
I never knew this song was on this album till I was listening to it. But here's the thing, like, the song starts, and I was just like, this sounds familiar. Then Lita sang like the words, and it was like da-na-na, and I was just like, what? I listened to that the first like 30 seconds like on repeat, and I was just like, da-na-na-na-na. I was like, oh my god, it's fucking Last Kiss by Pearl Jam.
Really?
Well, it's
It
actually
sounds
J.
kind of
Edgar
like
Wilson, or J. Frank Wilson and his Cavaliers, but Pearl Jam covered it.
But I dug the song, you know. I didn't like Lita talking in it. That's what I didn't like.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that could have been. Yeah.
This was the song that I actually finished.
Really?
Yeah, I think this one was probably one of my
To be
favorites.
fair, you've heard all of Basic Thugonomics before.
Yeah, essentially. So I didn't even listen to it this time. I was just like, heard it, whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But like, yeah, I liked this Lita song. I thought the Lita song was actually pretty decent.
It has a sense of I can listen to this again, like the Trish song does.
Yeah.
And that's like, I mean, you can't really say that about the others at all.
I'm sorry, but if
suck.
Oh my god.
Except for track 10. Track 10, I think that might be accurate too, with that big bush. Please tell me you get the Bush reference.
I do.
Oh,
I've heard that rumor before. Yeah. All right, number 9 is another Steve Austin bit called "You Changed My Lyrics," and I like how, like, even for 2004, Steve Austin was just like, "Did you get the lyrics or faxed you?" Like, just the thought of Steve Austin using a fax machine was kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know? And he was like, "You ruined my artistical integrity," or some shit like that. And I just wrote, "Steve thinks he's a serious artist." All right, and that leads us to track 10, which is
you just don't know me at all.
By Lillian Garcia, who is probably the most accomplished singer on this album. There's another one on here coming later, but I wrote down Lillian sounds like she's trying to sing over a rejected Triple H song. I'm sorry, it sounded like it was trying to be like a Triple H theme, and they were just like, nah, it ain't good enough. You know, it still sounds good, as she is the most talented singer on the album. That's what I wrote. But you know what this song gave me vibes of?
What's that?
Evanescence.
That's what I was thinking too.
I got like a very Evanescence vibe here. I almost finished this one. I was really close, but better than most of the shit on this album.
Yeah. I just wrote how much I love Lillian's voice. But
I just think for this album, if they were gonna use Lillian Garcia, I mean, this was a fine song. I just think they should have went with something different.
Yeah.
Shelby.
Not a fan of her style music. Too long.
It was
You know what? Just to test the theory I'm having right now. Hold on. We're gonna skip ahead for a second. Shelby, what'd you think of track 14?
I don't have them numbered. What's track 14?
Put a little ass on it.
Oh God, no.
Okay.
God, no.
All right, stop. Okay, just want to make sure. I was just testing out a theory I had real quick. All right.
I see what your theory was.
Yeah. If I hated it, you liked it. If you liked it, I hated it. Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. Sometimes.
Pretty much so far.
Well, sometimes.
All right, that leads us to track 11, which, oh Jesus fucking Christ, pin me to the fucking cross.
Oh God.
We Lie, We Cheat, We Steal by Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, which I just wrote
it sounded like Speedy Gonzalez caught in a blender.
I just wrote Eddie and Chavo's charismas translate on screen well, but this is hell on earth.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing felt legitimate about this. It was brutal. I just wrote down, please end. What am I listening to?
I mean, I know we all love Eddie and everything like that, but like this was fucking.
And he's had some banger theme musics, but this was just terrible. They could have put any of his other theme musics on here and it would have been better.
Oh god, this was just god awful.
Yeah.
Nick?
God awful. You don't hear how awful it is when you're watching Los Guerreros on TV, old footage. And then you listen to that song and you're like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then as I'm skipping over this song, because once I heard enough of this bullshit, I was like, okay, Chris Jericho's song is coming up. So I clicked track 12 on YouTube, and the first thing I'm greeted with is, "Don't you wish you were me?" I'm like, gee, what the fuck, man?
That's pretty much Fozzy for you.
Awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I like, but Fozzy is actually somewhat good.
Yeah.
That was just horrendous.
I wrote, what the fuck? Second most accomplished singer on the album, third worst track.
This is early Fozzy, though. You got to consider that. Like, they couldn't have been together for more than a couple years.
They were still, okay, yeah, because they were still kind of going under the premise of the Ozzy Osbourne cover band. They were originally known as Fozzy Osbourne. So I can kind of see that kind of concept idea, but to think of what Fozzy has become and what that
they were at the beginning, yeah. Yeah. Well, part of the problem was, I mean, I think they were playing too fast, number one. And Jericho was not good at the really high notes. And this whole song was all high notes. It was like ear piercing.
It sounded like a really bad cover of a shitty song by The Darkness.
It just sounded like a really shitty song.
Yeah. I can agree on that for sure.
Yikes. Mr. Jericho, I'm not sure how you would like that on your resume. Like, my fuck.
Like, this was the third worst track on the album. I said it needed more Fozzy. Because I think adding some Fozzy to this probably would have helped. Because, like, you know, say what you want about Fozzy, but, like, I think their first album actually had some pretty good songs. Happenstance with fucking, the title song Happenstance, and To Kill a Stranger, which is actually a pretty fucking dope song. But, like, this was just fucking, oh my God. Once I heard him scream, "Don't you wish you were me?" I'm like, well, okay, all right, we're done.
I remembered the chorus, but I didn't remember the rest of the song in this. And yeah, it was like, eesh.
So bad.
Yeah.
All right. Track 13 is another Steve and Jim Johnson bit, and that is Drink Your Beer. And I found it funny when Steve, he was like, "Can I see your resume, Jim?" He was like, "You're the one who made my theme music." You know, you realize any dumbass could have made that song, right? You realize that. He was like, "I'll sing when you have a beer." All right. And Jim's like, "All right, I'll get a beer." And he's like, "You're not drinking it." He was like, "You just said get a beer." I thought that was good. And he was like, "You are the dumbest smartass I've ever met." You know that? And then finally, apparently Steve just beats the hell out of him, apparently. And then coming up, oh, Jesus Christ. I want to pin Rikishi to the cross for this fucking.
Oh God,
I love this.
Number 14 is "Put a Little Ass on It" by Rikishi, which is an R&B type song. And all I wrote down for this while listening to it, because like there was like a gospel choir singing in the background. It was Rikishi trying to be like an R&B song. All I wrote down was a 1-sentence review, and that is, "What did I do to deserve this?"
I'm pretty sure you sent that to us last night too.
I love this song. I listened to it like 7 times. I loved it. I love it. Oh, shit. It takes itself seriously without taking it too seriously, and it just is fantastic to me.
See, like it's one thing Rikishi standing there like, "Put a little ass on it," but then he has a gospel choir like, "Put a little ass on it." Like, oh God, come on.
That's what I loved about it, though. Was that here's this choir? And, oh, I love it.
Shelby.
I don't really have anything to add that you haven't already said. I'm not a fan of this style of music, so I didn't really care for it either.
Well, it's not even like I'm not. It's not even like I'm not even a fan of this style of music. It like like I'm willing to give these different types of music a chance, but like if they sound shit, they sound shit. Like I'm not into Mexican hip hop, but like if Crossing Borders would have sounded good, like there's a Russian song I like called Dancing in the Moonlight. I believe that's what it translates to. In Russian, it's whatever. I don't know. I don't speak Russian. But, like, I don't understand the words, but it sounds really good. But, like, Crossing Borders, I don't understand the words. The music sounds like shit. I'm willing to fucking give it a shot. I gave, and like, I know I said I didn't finish most of these songs, but I did listen to enough where I can gauge a response.
Put a little ass on it.
I'm gonna put a little fucking ass on you in a second.
Hey, get yourself a passport and fly over there. Like,
I will, I will just cross the border. Rey Mysterio, are we?
Oh wow, yeah, okay. We're a little bit far away from that, so I kind of forgot. We're talking about Rikishi here.
All right.
put a little ass on it.
All right, track 15 is "Why Can't We Just Dance" by Stacy Keibler.
Fuck.
Yep, I knew we were going to differ here.
This sounded like screaming cats.
I will say it doesn't sound like Stacy Keibler. I will say that. And I wrote that. It doesn't sound like Stacy. I was like, I like this for some reason. I don't know why, but I do.
I wanted to.
And it reminds me. It also reminds me, I doubt you two have heard it, but Tyra Banks at one time, she actually released a single called Shake Your Body.
I was just going to actually say, I think I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah, and this Stacy Keibler song reminded me a lot of Shake Your Body. But Shake Your Body was a way better song. Overall, though, I mean, like, I think this was another one, like, I came close to, like, actually finishing.
I wanted to like this song simply because of the fact that it was Stacy. It was after I already enjoyed the Lillian song and the Trish song, and kind of the latest song. I'm like, I want to enjoy this one too. This one I think will be good. But then I was like, but it just, it just was to me. I didn't know. I didn't really enjoy it.
I will say it does have a different sound. I will say this is probably the one that wouldn't be for everybody. And a lot of the criticism from critics point out this song on here. A lot of the reviews from it, they kind of point to this song as well as other ones. But this is usually the one that people go to. But like I said, some of it sounded good. It just doesn't sound like Stacy Keibler. Like, if you would have played this song for me blind and said, this is sung by a WWE wrestler, I'd be like, all right, well, Stacy Keibler probably wouldn't have been on my list.
No.
I'm not sure who would have been. Maybe Tori?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Tori Wilson.
What did you think of this song, Shelby?
Nah, I didn't really care for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have.
And track 16, I didn't even write any notes because we've all heard it fucking a bajillion fucking times. And that's Basic Thugonomics by John Cena and the Trademark.
Great
song. Ass kicking anthem.
Heavyweight of Bantam. Holding camps for ransom. The microphone.
So,
Bantam.
Think you're untouchable. We're black. This is Basic Thugonomics. Thugonomics. Or black.
John Cena when he was still good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great.
That leads into the final Steve Austin segment, which is Does That Taste Good? Don't that taste good? Yeah, thank you.
Don't taste good.
Where apparently he's knocked out Jim Johnson and he's pouring a beer on him. And he's like, see, if you just really drank a beer in the first place, we wouldn't be here now, would we, damn it? All right, now I'm ready to sing. And the album ends.
Yep.
So, overall, what did we think of WWE Originals?
If I had a physical copy, I would probably put a little ass on it.
If I had a physical copy, I would probably tell it how much I don't suck.
I have a physical copy, and if I ever, it's probably hiding now because it knows what I want to do to it. Because if I ever find that son of a bitch, I'm gonna burn it.
You gotta film it and put it on that channel.
The only song that like I could really like be like, oh yeah, I genuinely enjoyed that. Not like, you know, the only thing I can point out that I didn't like about the song was the talking. That's the Lita song. Everything else, like I liked, like Stacy's song. I like it, but I don't know why I like it.
If you could get it signed by somebody who sung on that album and get it on an ass blaster price for eBay, that would be fantastic.
The Trish song I thought was actually pretty decent. I thought the Steve Austin segments were good. They kind of reminded me of the wrestling album. But everything else on this fucking album, I'm just like, you got to think in 2004 times too. There were people who actually went to like fucking FYE and Sam Goody and I don't know what the big record stores in fucking Canada were.
Sunrise, CD Warehouse, HMV, Music World.
HMB, that's when HMB. People went to HMB and they're like, oh my God, I got to get WWE Originals. And they went home and they were happy with this.
Good for them.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I am giving this a very generous 2.
Oof.
I was gonna say a very generous 3 for me because.
Oof. Damn, I was gonna say a 5.
That's way too generous.
Yeah, probably.
What the fuck are you on tonight?
A little bit of ass.
I'm on the fact that I don't suck.
You do if you're giving this a 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do if you're giving this a 5. Come on now.
You're giving this album a 5 and you gave Ready to Rumble 3.25?
I enjoyed listening to this more than watching that movie, and part of the reason is this was shorter.
We are looking for a new co-host.
Every time he says it, it just gets more and more depressing.
Because I don't know how much fucking longer I can put up with his fucking bullshit.
Oh, that's perfect.
I am so like at first when they picked WWE Originals blindly, I was just like, okay, this ain't gonna be that bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But like, well, apparently it wasn't. You gave it a 5.
Well, there's still a lot of songs I didn't like. Just the ones that I liked were good enough to push it to a 5.
That I find just awful.
And you gave Ready to Rumble 3.25, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't trust anything that fucking comes out of your mouth now. If you said the sky was blue, I would have to double check.
I was still laughing about lines from Ready to Rumble, and I watched it a week ago. Today, I was laughing about it. Like, damn. Hey, look, it's the shit boys. Like, fuck.
How's the shit work going? Sorry, boys, my aim's a little off. I've been using the jackhammer. Okay. I don't get it. And then he's like, my taste have changed. Like he grown now or some shit.
They say, actually, funny enough, you say that. Science, or studies anyway, is showing that the typical male does not actually grow up till age 40. So, Shelby, that means you're wrong.
I didn't say I grew up. I said my taste changed. That can happen.
Yes, but
your taste buds change every 7 years.
Growing. Hey,
your taste buds
growing,
change
pal.
every 7 years.
But you grow with your taste buds. So, go enjoy the shitty fish tacos and catering.
I'm just, putting like that he actually loved I Don't Suck really aside, I'm just hung up on the fact that he gave this album a 5 and gave that movie a 3.25. Just say whatever. All right, well, that was our review of WWE Originals, and after that one, it'll be a while before we do another music one. I'll tell you that much, damn sure, because that was brutal. Oh God. So before we get to our sports list of the week, we got to talk about our wrestling fact of the week, which Nick usually tells us something that we may or may not know. We go into it blind. So Nick, hit us with the fact.
So back in, I would presumably say this would be 1990, 1991. A young Mark Calloway, otherwise known to wrestling fans as The Undertaker, approached Jake Roberts about taking him under his wing about the ways of the road in professional wrestling. And I guess he once spent a week on the road with Jake Roberts drinking, to where The Undertaker, after 7 days, had to have his stomach pumped one afternoon to then have a match that night.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have never seen Pick Your Poison, the Jake Roberts story DVD, there's actually a funny PS to that story. And that is years later when Jake returned in 96, I believe. He was trying to live a clean life at the time before, he fell to his demons again. But people in the WWE were egging Jake on, like, hey, man, come on, drink with us, Jake. Come on, man. Come on, drink with us. Come on, drink with us. Undertaker was the one that stood up one night and said, do not get him drinking again. He will drink every single one of you under the table.
Well, yeah, Undertaker had to have his stomach pumped. So.
Exactly. So it's funny that you mentioned that. And then I remember that story where Undertaker was just like, do not get him drinking again. All right. And now, again, before we get to the sports solicit, we've got to talk about our other sponsor here, and that is the great people over at hardtofindtv.com and their sister site, fanmadedvd.com. And what they offer there are thousands of hard-to-find TV shows. It's not just the website name. It's also what they do. They find those hard-to-find TV shows, and they slap those on DVD or Blu-ray for you for a reasonable price. And I'm telling you, man, they have a great selection of TV shows that are, no pun intended, but hard to find. They have shows such as the one-season wonder that was Work It, that aired on ABC for only 2 episodes. And I know what you're thinking, like, why would I go over there and get 2 episodes of a TV show? Because not only do they have the 2 episodes that aired here in the U.S., but they have all 13 episodes that aired elsewhere as well. And you can get all 13 episodes on DVD of the TV show Work It, as well as thousands of other shows. And you can get it on DVD, you can get it on Blu-ray, and if you're hard of hearing, or just one of those people that like to have the subtitles on while you watch your TV shows and such like that, they will now add captions to them as well in any language that you see fit. It could be English, could be French, it could be Farsi, it could be Jamaican, could be any language that you want. So instead of saying hello, it'll say hey man, it'll say whatever you like. So head on over to hardtofindtv.com or fanmadedvd.com and use checkout code ARTIST, ARTIST, and you will save 15% on your purchase. Just know that if you go to hardtofindtv.com, you can only use Amazon Pay. And if that's fine with you, hey, perfect. They got you all set up. But if you would like to use your credit card or any other credit card that they accept, head on over to fanmadedvd.com and you can use Amazon Pay, your credit card, all that such. And they also take requests. So if you look through all the thousands of TV shows that they offer and you just can't find something, let them know. Email them. Say, hey, I'm looking for this show. More than likely, they're going to find it. And if for some reason or another they can't find it, what I like to say is, if they don't have it, you don't need it. Head on over to hardtofindtv.com and fanmadedvd.com today. Use checkout code ARTIST at checkout and save 15%. All right, let's get into our sports list of the week, which is, I think is a good one here that we're going to have some discussion about, and that is 10 WWE gimmicks that would never fly today.
Oh boy.
And number 10 is this son of a bitch, Eugene.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
no
that
show,
would-
this no
It
showing
didn't
bald
really
bastard.
fly back then.
It did for a little bit though.
Yeah.
True.
I used to be a huge Eugene mark. You know, Eugene was cool until he became a no showing bald bastard. For those of you who need context on that, I used to do like before this podcast and YouTube and all this shit, I used to do like a little smaller show for a smaller group of people. And I actually got Chris Masters on that show one time, which that was a fucking ordeal. But Eugene, I was actually emailing with Eugene and said, hey, would you like to be a part of this? And blah, blah. He was like, yeah, sure. The night he was supposed to come on, he fucking ghosted me. He ghosted me before ghosting me was a thing. You know, he didn't answer his emails. He never called. And fuck Eugene now. I used to love Eugene. I used to love the Eugene character. But he can go suck fucking Eric Bischoff's nads now. The fucking bald bastard. But I do agree. I don't think Eugene would work.
No.
Especially with like everybody getting butthurt at every little fucking thing that happens these days.
Well, plus all their sponsors and all their board of directors and stuff would just like not let that fly whatsoever.
And be a star.
Oh yeah, I was like, be a star. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly.
You can't have like children and be a star where they're just like, I love WWE, and then you have somebody like Eugene come out like, hi. These kids are gonna be like, is he making fun of me, Mom?
Oh my god, we need to move on.
Well, I'm just saying, you know.
I know
making
what
fun
you're
of me,
saying.
Mom? Oh wait, can you record this? I'm late for my job at Walmart. All right, coming in at number 9 is Saba Simba.
Is it really?
The actual Saba Simba, no, not Apollo Crews, but Saba Simba.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't because it's very, very racist. However, if we look at Apollo,
Yeah.
well, you tell me.
Atlas was homeless at the time and credits the rehiring for saving his life. It's a shame that it had to be via such an obvious racist gimmick. This kind of execution of an African warrior gimmick would seem especially out of touch today in a post Black Panther world.
Yeah.
And that's why we currently have Apollo Crews with his of Portuguese descent.
I was about to say, Apollo Crews is doing the same gimmick, just minus the shield, spear, and headdress.
Yeah, and Babatunde is Portuguese. He's not even freaking Nigerian.
Yeah. Coming
Not
in at
even
number 8.
Portuguese. He's Polish, I think, or something like that. It's something ridiculous. Homeless is Nigerian. He would have actually fit.
Coming in at number 8 is Billy and Chuck.
Yeah, probably not. Not the way they did it. Definitely not the way they did it.
Definitely not the way they ended it.
Yeah.
Now's not a good time to get cold feet, Billy. It doesn't matter if you're together 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 minutes. Wait a minute. Did somebody say 3 minutes? That was a great fucking...
Yeah.
Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo form a tag team and then slowly fall in love, becoming openly gay lovers and also 2-time tag team champions. With consolation from GLAAD, the Gay and Lesbian Association, Billy and Chuck seemed like a good PR opportunity until it wasn't. When it came time for an in-ring wedding, Billy and Chuck Billy and Chuck said that they were only pretending to be gay for attention, and Glad publicly expressed a feeling of betrayal. If they pulled that stunt today, it would be nothing but bad press.
Yeah. 100%.
Which is why we have yet to see a another gay and or lesbian storyline.
Honestly, I think a lesbian one would go over worse.
Yeah,
people would absolutely shit on
claim it for it'd probably be something like being sexist or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, coming in at number 7 is one I disagree with, and that is Papa Shango.
I mean, people would shit on it, but like, I don't think that. But I guess like Bray Wyatt kind of did it. Did a similar character, I suppose.
The thing with Papa Shango, I think they would probably, because of the racial epithets, even though they're not as blatant as, let's say, Saba Simba, I think it would be the racial epithets, aka the snowflakes, that would find a problem with Charles Wright's former gimmick.
I think it could work today. I mean, if you get the right crowd, because well, I think now if you want to do a character like Papa Shango, you better strike while the iron's hot, while the crowd is like accepting anything.
Yeah.
I think right now, if you want to do like an anti-American German person who believes that the Holocaust never happened, this is your time to do it.
Make him a heel.
Because they'll get behind it.
Mm.
Coming in number 6 is another one I don't really agree with, and that's Kamala.
I don't know that I need to explain why I agree with this. A blatantly racist gimmick combined with the fact that he even had a handler. I just didn't know.
He had a handler, but he technically wasn't like a slave or anything.
It doesn't
He was
matter.
an animal.
They made it out to be as though he was an animal from the Ugandan jungle, and he had to have a handler, but not only that, the handler had to have a manager. Because
that's how dangerous he was.
The manager was white.
Well, we don't know that under the mask.
Cornette was their manager. Cornette managed Kimchi and Kamala.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, me neither.
There was a point in time, or maybe it was
Mr. Are you sure you're not thinking Whippleman?
That's who it was. It was Whippleman.
Yeah, but that makes more sense.
Still, Whippleman was white, managing Kimchi, who was handling Kamala.
I think we're going to agree to disagree here because I really don't see the problem. I think this could work today.
If they had used him like on the territory scene rather than how WWE like toned up the gimmick and made it more racist, then they might have had it work now. But even then, I think it'd be difficult.
Belly slaps and all that. I just think that it wasn't. It's not something that I think would work. It goes back to the Papa Shango thing. You could tone it down as much as you want, but somebody's still going to find a reason to pick on it.
Well, I mean, that can be said with anything, though.
Well, yes and no.
Coming in at number 5. Oh, yeah, I totally think this could work today. Like, they're completely wrong with this one, and that is Hakeem, the African Dream.
Oh no!
Just imagine tomorrow, like Otis finds out he has a little bit of African descent in him.
Oh my God, Otis the African Dream! Oh my God!
Comes out and he's like Jive Soul Bro and shit like that now. It can totally work.
Oh yeah!
It's no longer oh yeah, it's oh yeah.
What about
like a mix between Akeem and Kamala? He's like, oh.
I was gonna say, what about Otis the Ugandan Giant?
Slaps his belly.
Jack Gable's dressed like kimchi.
No. He paints his face like kimchi.
Oh, he paints the net.
Oh,
He
no.
paints the net. Oh, this is hot.
Yeah, I totally think Akeem could work today.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Okay,
What,
there, Mr.
you
Sensible.
disagree with that? Apparently, they say here elements of this gimmick can be seen today in the current heel run of Apollo Crews, who's actually of Nigerian descent, but that's not quite the same.
No.
Except Akeem was white. There's nothing about that is just the same at all.
I'm surprised. You know, it was fucking 80s WWE. I'm surprised they didn't throw blackface on Akeem.
Yeah.
Oh.
Coming in at number 4, I think Nick's gonna disagree with this one. I'm gonna call it right now. Number 4, the Mexicools.
It ain't Mexican. It's Mexico. I love the Mexicools.
But could it work today?
God, no. Although Vince probably still has Mexican yard trimmers at his house.
Okay, Shelby, let me rephrase that. If the Mexicools came out on lawnmowers tomorrow, but they didn't call them lawnmowers and they called them mower of lawns, would it work then?
Oh,
actually, they weren't called lawnmowers. They were called Juan Deers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Juan Deere.
Juan Deere. Oh, man. I still have Mexicools action figures. The Psychosis is super crazy two-pack. Psychosis had his Mexicools coveralls. Oh, man. Mexicools were dope. I'm sorry. I think it could work. Shit. But I'll also probably say Kurt would like it too, and I'm sure that's on here.
Oh, it better be.
Coming in at number 3, The Godfather.
And what was Lashley's ladies? Because I'm sorry, MVP just got finished being the Godfather.
Yeah. Yeah, they already have a hooker.
It's time for all of us once again to get aboard the Lashley train.
Lashley's ladies are here in the VIP lounge with big things stopping, little things popping. Big things stop, whatever it is. Big things popping, little things stopping. What I don't know.
It says here, given the way women are portrayed in WWE these days, a sex trafficker who came out with a group of valets he refers to as hoes is something that is not something most people would accept.
Hey, they're giving him consent to do this.
That is true.
It's not like he's like.
But also, he's on, like, Godfather's thing was just like, hey, big man, we can have this match right here, or you can take these ladies here. Like, he's offering, like, he's giving
sure. They're okay with it, though.
Like, can you imagine somebody, like, let's imagine Andrade still worked in WWE. Can you imagine Andrade coming out saying, hey, SA, or, whatever. Hey, SA, we can have this match right here, or I can give you Charlotte Flair, and you can do whatever. And Charlotte's like, what?
Wow.
And you can go
don't
to
use
Space
the actual
Mountain.
women's roster.
You can go to Space Mountain.
You just do like Kim Cornette used to do, and they'd find bumping hose.
Well, but Lashley's ladies were exactly that.
They're basically that. Yeah.
And then it was turned into, oh, well, they were just a distraction from Lashley's ass beating. I'm sorry. That's the whole train. That was the whole train.
Yeah.
Godfather used the whole train as a distraction from getting an ass beaten. And then they took offense on Twitter when somebody dared call it Lashley's whores, and they're like, no.
Lashley's whores. Lashley's ladies of the evening.
Lashley's whores.
Oh, fuck.
What was your team name in fucking HWL? The
late night evening prostitutes.
Lashley's late night prostitutes. There they are.
Late night evening prostitutes.
Yeah, there you go.
They couldn't even act like they were applauding. Like, that was awful. Yeah. Woo! We're not even in sync clapping. Yeah. Like, come on.
Oh fuck.
All right, coming in at number 2 is one that I think could work today. I think they're wrong on this one. That is The Real Americans.
Yeah. Big time.
I want you all in this arena to stand up and put your hand over your hearts and with Zap Culture and the Real Americans to say proudly, we the people. I fucking love the Real Americans, man. Oh yeah, that could totally work today.
Yeah. All right, that's simple. Okay. All right, any guesses as to what number 1 is?
Kerwin
It's
White.
gotta
Kerwin
be
White.
Kerwin White.
What is your guess?
Yeah.
Well, you two
gonna be-
are incorrect.
We are the nation of domination.
No, it is actually 1995 version of Gold Dust.
The porn star.
What?
The porn star version.
I guess you could call it the porn star version, I guess.
Well, that's what in WWF lore would be considered as the R-rated film star, which is bullshit because that could totally work today. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't know if that one could work.
I'm
I
a
think
big Gold
especially
Dust
with,
mark,
like-
but like I'm trying to think like if they went as hard as they did in 95 with it today, oh god, there'd be letters out the ass.
Yeah, especially with like the transgender community and shit.
Yeah, you're right.
There's huge problems with that.
You know, like don't get me wrong, I love Gold Dust, man, but I just think,
suppose,
like,
yeah.
if he did a promo like he did on Roddy Piper, where he was like, "In this very room, some of my earliest pleasures were," I mean, there'd be letters out the fucking ass.
Yeah. Or like when Roddy Piper beat the shit out of him in WrestleMania and he was wearing women's underwear.
Yes, of course.
Today, if that happened, he'd be wearing women's underwear, but it'd be played to comedic effect.
Yeah.
That still wouldn't go over well though.
I think it would.
Ah.
If it were played to comedic effect, yes. If it was
But
played
then-
if it was
then-
played to where it was in that WrestleMania match, then oh yeah, there'd be letters.
If it was played to comedic effect, then everybody would think that they're laughing at them, and that's where the outrage would come out.
I don't know.
I am surprised though that Kerwin White's not on that list because I love that character, but you could not do that gimmick.
And
There is
remember,
no fucking
if
way.
it ain't white, it
It ain't right.
is.
Such a great heel.
I wake up every morning. That's the only part of that I remember. That was
Well,
the
I mean, he
opening
only
line
had
of
it
this
for like 3
thing.
weeks or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, how selfish
His
of
Eddie
Eddie.
died.
How
Yeah.
selfish of Eddie to die to get rid of that gimmick.
Yeah. Damn it, Eddie. Damn it all to hell.
All right, that was the Sportster list of the week here. So now we are going to get into your questions, which again only come from Stug and Andrew, which whatever.
Whoa. You disparaging
Thank
our
you, Stug and Andrew, for
listeners?
continued
Yeah.
questions.
I mean,
Continued
yeah, but
questions.
there's
We
we're
love that you
getting
keep coming back.
hey,
keep
we're
coming.
getting 72 views on the last podcast, but only 2 people listing questions here, man. Those are rookie numbers. We need to pump the numbers up, man. All right,
I
first
don't
one
want to be
comes.
here all night.
First one comes from Stug138, and that is, what are all your thoughts on, oh, Jesus Christ, on Daniel Bryan signing with AEW over WWE? Listen, all right, I swear to Christ, if anybody, Stug, fucking the homeless guy down the street, if the fucking somebody at work, if one more person fucking mentions Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in AEW before I fucking see him in there. Now, if they show up on TV, fine, awesome. But if they mention, like, well, yeah, they've signed, I swear to God, I'm going to drag them by their fucking ears, and I'm going to fucking knee them in the face as hard as I can.
As soon as I see them on TV, I'll be excited. But until then, I will laugh if it doesn't actually come to fruition.
I'm not excited, but I
Very
do see
hard.
Daniel
I
Bryan going
just,
to
at
fucking
this point,
AEW.
At this point, I want them to play. I want them to play fucking look in my eyes, and then like fucking Kenny Omega walks out.
Oh,
my
that would
God.
be brilliant.
That would actually be brilliant.
Brilliant.
That
or
would
Don
be brilliant.
Callis walks out and just says, "Why? Were you expecting somebody else?"
Exactly. Oh
Let
my
me
God.
introduce to you the belt collector, the best in the world, the AAA mega heavyweight, the Impact TNA Unified Champion, and most importantly, your all elite wrestling world heavyweight champion and my best friend, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kenny Omega. Now comes Omega and he does the X with his arms and does its clobber time and everything. Oh man.
A cult of personality.
Oh, it would be beautiful.
Yeah, that would be good. He would get a lot of heat for that, and it would be phenomenal.
Because you know, once the music hits, they're gonna go fucking nuts.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And they're gonna let the music play for a minute. Let the music play because they're not gonna be waiting for Punk. You know, like and then fucking either Don Callis walks out or Kenny Omega, or fucking both. I don't care. Shit, have fucking Aubrey Edwards walk out. I don't give a fuck.
Have the young fucks walk out first.
I don't care.
And then point to Don Callis and Kenny Omega.
Yes.
Just to see him walk. Or, no, even better, Colt Cabana. Out comes Colt Cabana and says, "Phil Brooks isn't here. Why would you think he is here? He doesn't want to come back. I don't quite understand why everybody got so excited over a simple comment or rumor. It was only a rumor when I was coming." And just leaves. Everybody's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Next one. Yeah, that'd be great. Next one from Stug138 is Love Your All's Ready to Rumble review. Have any of you ever watched the Peanut Butter Falcon? Would you all consider doing a review? It's one of my favorite wrestling movies. Have y'all seen the Peanut Butter Falcon?
I have never heard of this movie.
I hadn't heard of it until I looked it up after previously seeing the question. I would watch it.
It's a good movie.
Nice.
It's not necessarily wrestling based. Where like the Wrestler and Ready to Rumble, wrestling technically only happens like at the end. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe Stug. If,
This is a newer movie, eh?
Yeah, with Shia LaBeouf and
Oh gosh, got Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, but Jake Roberts is in it. Mick Foley's in it.
Oh.
So, like I said, it's only at the end though. But it's still a pretty good movie. It's pretty good. Maybe we'll think about it one day.
Yeah.
If you guys are good. Andrew asks.
Are they our children now?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Andrew asks, what was Triple H's best entrance music? He has at least 5 unique songs he walks out to. King of Kings.
Yeah, I was gonna say King of Kings.
See, I do really like that song, but I'm honestly gonna say the game. I love the game.
I just like that on your knees, bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, that's
when he came out to that WrestleMania 22, it was amazing.
It's just like, how does that not get you hyped?
Oh hell.
Yeah.
Bow down to the king. I love it.
Andrew also asks, are you enjoying Bobby Lashley's run as champion more than Drew's run?
Bum, 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 bum. I can't wait for him to destroy Oldberg. I can't wait.
Yeah.
That wasn't the question. But
yes, I am much more enjoying Bobby Lashley's run.
Enjoying Bobby Lashley's run more than Drew's and yours? I can't wait for him to beat Goldberg. Okay, wait a minute. Are you making up your own questions now? Or?
I still stick by the fact that Drew is just a shorter, hairier Scottish Sheamus.
That's it.
I think he's taller than Sheamus, dude.
I was gonna say he's not
I
shorter.
don't care. I don't get the appeal anymore of McIntyre. I don't get it. And now he has
I get the appeal. I like Drew. I'm over the Bobby Lashley. I've been over the Bobby Lashley thing since WrestleMania, only because all the rumors were saying like Lashley was only champion to get it onto Drew so he could have his moment in front of fans, and it didn't happen. So I'm kind of a little pissed, Then I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be Kofi. We're gonna have Kofi Mania 2, and then we saw how well that worked out.
That was a great match.
I've heard it suggested though that Big E cashes in versus Lashley.
Yeah, you suggested that last week.
Oh yeah.
You're reporting your own rumors now.
Yeah.
Rumor report.
If Meltzer can do it, so can
are you liking Bobby's run better than Drew's, Shelby?
I didn't really see a lot of Drew's, but I am liking Bobby's. It's been very entertaining. They've been booking him well. He looks
Were
like
you not watching
champion
shit until we started doing this podcast?
No, I wasn't. Not at all.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, once the pandemic started, I got bored of it. It just wasn't fun. Even before that, I wasn't really watching.
All right. Andrew asks, what would you like to see WWE use more managers and valets? Who do you think could benefit from a manager or a valet? I honestly think that managers and valets is just something of the past.
I do too at this point, because it just seems like they take up extra space when I see them.
That's because they don't use them right.
Play an integral role. They don't.
Every now and then one sneaks in there that can be good. Of course, you got Paul Heyman doing his little spiel.
Mm-hmm.
Melina kind of sneaked in there for a bit before she transitioned to a wrestler. Zelina Vega too. Those are one thing.
Was this strictly in WWE? Sorry, I can't find the question.
No, it just. Oh yeah, WWE. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to mention the Ric Flair and Aldis thing I was talking about earlier, but
if I look at somebody, for example, like Malcolm Bivens, why does the Diamond Mine need that if they're speaking by their actions? Like, why do they need somebody to then tell everybody that that's what they do? It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I mean, some of these mouthpieces, I'm like, okay, but why do you need to have somebody with you? Like Chavo with Andrade, I don't really understand. Because it just seems like, okay, why does Andrade have more backup when he was already introduced by backup? He was introduced by Vicky, and all of a sudden he's being managed by Chavo? Like, what?
I don't think Vicky and him are a thing anymore, and I don't think Vicky and him really made a whole lot of sense anyways.
But Vicky and Nyla Rose doesn't make any sense.
Chavo's a much better talker than Vicky.
The only reason they're using Vicky and Chavo, anyway, let's be real, guys, Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but Chavo can at least talk.
True, and because they couldn't get Zelina Vega.
True.
Because that was a plan from Tony Khan.
When you see managers and valets these days, it's more of a novelty act. It's like, nostalgia, not novelty. Sorry. It's just one of those things where like it died with like in the 80s, everybody had a fucking manager.
Yeah,
you had Homer, you had Heenan, you had oh god, I'm missing something. The Genius,
Cornette.
Yeah, Cornette. I mean, but like I think these days, like I said, every now and then somebody will kind of sneak through, like Vega and Melina from a couple of years ago, and I think right now you got Robert Stone, who's an accomplished wrestler, but they're using him in a managerial role.
Tully is pretty good.
Tully, yeah, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. Stug138 asks, with the recent rumors about Dwayne Johnson returning to the WWE, do you like him more as a wrestler or an actor?
Wrestler.
watch any of his movies without waiting for the people's eyebrow, without waiting for the rock bottom, without waiting for a subtle if you smell. So definitely as a wrestler, like, I mean, I can't watch a movie without seeing him wrestle. So it's like,
I don't know, that's hard for me because, like, you know, I grew up in that time where, you know, I watched him wrestle, then saw him transition to being an actor. Like, I grew up in that. It's one thing when, like, I watched old tapes of Hogan, then knew he did movies and shit like that. But, like, I actually saw the transition of The Rock and shit like that.
yeah.
You know? So, I don't know, because, like, Rock has made some dope-ass fucking movies. I love The Rundown. I think The Rundown
Walking Tall is very good.
Walking Tall.
Walking Tall was great.
Pain and Gain.
Didn't watch that one. Gridiron Gang.
It's pretty good.
That's a great one.
Gridiron Gang's a good one, yeah.
I mean, he does make some dope ass fucking movies. I will give him that. But like, I don't know. I can't really pick one or the other. I mean, like, if he comes back, I don't think he like. If it's like a run like his last run where he was WWE champion and shit, then like no, then fuck it. I don't want to see him come back.
Yeah.
No.
But like, I think it's hard to bring him back and not put him on top just because how over he is in general, you know, even with like non-wrestling fans.
But I think we're
Like,
going to
he's
get a
not
good
fucking-
indication of how they feel about something like that, though, at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because when Cena doesn't win, I think that's when we're going to see, okay, maybe The Rock isn't going to come in and go over. Like
If it's Rock Roman, then yeah, I think they will do the sensible thing and have Roman go over. But if they did Rock Lashley, I feel like they'd probably put Rock over.
I can never see Rock Lashley. I could see Rock Reigns and Reigns going over, but then if it's the rumored Reigns and one Uso versus Rock and the other Uso, Rock and the other Uso win, and I still think that's a horrible, horrible idea.
That sounds stupid. That match sounds stupid.
Yeah.
All right. And Stug138 asks, she's back. When I heard Sasha Banks' music hit, I was like, hell yeah. What was all y'all's reaction when you heard her
so
music?
fresh, y'all. Beat the shit out of Bianca, yeah.
I don't watch SmackDown Live, but I just saw that she was back. But when I saw the clip of her beating the fuck out of Bianca, I was just like, yes.
Boom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, boom. Yes, y'all. So fresh, y'all.
I was hoping for like a Drew McIntyre Shanky moment where like she just beats the fuck out of her with a chair.
Poor Shanky.
Poor Shanky.
Is Shanky back yet?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because they had a handicap match on
That's right.
Raw. Yeah, it was
still
Shank and Veer.
I'm still I'm a big proponent for 3-on-1 inside the Punjabi prison. Gender, Fear, and Shanky versus Drew McIntyre with the Great Khali as special referee.
So are they just gonna beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre the whole time? Is that the whole
Or
plan?
the Great Khali is special ring enforcer.
That'd be really difficult. That'd be really difficult considering the rules of the Punjabi prison, where like you have to open a door and it stays open for a minute, and you have to escape. Well, damn, you beat the shit out of Drew. It's 3-on-1. You open a door, bam, you're out. That's it. Shit's done. Oh, that theme music's hot.
Khali.
How come they didn't get Khali? Now, if they ever do WWE Originals 2, they need Khali on there.
Oh God.
But this slaps hard right here.
Khali and
Slaps the
Umaga
bass.
arguing in the locker room is still one of the funniest things I've ever watched.
Shane's just looking like, what the fuck? Like, all right, calm down.
You look after John Cena. Okay. And you look after Bobby Lashley. Oh. And just keep making noises. It's just like, oh.
And the final question here comes from Stug138, and that is, do you all think Reigns can defend his WWE Universal title against Cena at SummerSlam?
Well, I mean, he's winning that match, and anybody who, like, even think Cena should win should be slapped. No.
There's actually people.
What if
There's
Stone
actually
thinks
people online that are just like, oh, well, maybe it's going to be a three-way with Balor. I'm like, y'all do realize that Balor
Not a
is red herring, right? Balor was like the trick, right? It was like a red herring.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to really understand that, you know.
Balor was the, hey, we're going to tease this to see if this might be an idea that we can feed him to Roman in September or October. We're not actually going to do it. We just
That'll probably be the Extreme Rules match right there. It'll be Reigns and Balor.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Cena's only around for the summer. We know that.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to lose to Roman, and then bye-bye, John. Enjoy your Peacemaker tour. You can't see me.
All right, and that was the final question there, and that moves us to our vintage pick of the week, where we suggest a match, a show, segment, whatever. So, Shelby, what 80s match are we watching this week?
Not 80s.
Oh.
Actually, the two men in this match were on this album tonight.
Oh, my God.
It's from No Way Out 2005, John Cena versus Kurt Angle, with Fozzie's Enemy playing as their the video package theme. I love the video package on this. This is one of my favorite video packages ever. Cena's coming out party for WrestleMania. Great match, great video package, just great.
Oh yeah, I say yeah.
Wait a minute, wasn't that the match where like they had a time limit and they had to get like submissions in? Like you can only get submissions in like
you're trying to make you're trying to make this a Tully Blanchard signature spot, and it's not working.
Nick is just like, I'm tired of hearing this one. You didn't even say anything.
I'm just sitting like.
Now you know how I feel when I have to hear Tully Blanchard every fucking week.
I suppose, but I mean, still, that's at least funny.
Yeah.
Wait, whoever said it was funny?
We did.
I don't know. I told my brother about it to try and get him to listen to the podcast, and he thought it was hilarious. He's like, "That's a recurring bit." I'm like, "Yeah, it's become one." He's like, "That's actually pretty funny." So
I tell people the recurring bit is me telling at least one of y'all, well, mainly Shelby, that your opinion is wrong. I've actually started signing my 8x10s with that fucking phrase, your opinion is wrong.
I usually tell people it's me getting kicked off the podcast every week.
Yeah, lately that's been it.
It's been it too. Well, lately multiple times.
Yeah, I think tonight you've been kicked off like what, 5 times?
I don't know about tonight. Last week I was definitely kicked off 5 times at least.
Yeah. Nick, what's your vintage pick of the week?
My vintage pick of the week, it dates back to pre-Judgment Day 2005. Just after John Cena's rap album came out, there was a promo that aired on SmackDown, which was a JBL anti-Cena PSA. I actually shared it within the group chat. One of my favorite promos ever. One of the greatest lines is with JBL. He picks out, he's like, "I just want to take a minute to read one of your lyrics. I've had hookers to virgins on their backs. Wild sex. All the way. I don't know exactly what this means, except you are engaging in sex with someone who is not your wife. You are destroying the moral fibers of this country. I hope that the people of this great nation go out and vote with their pocketbooks to show you that this CD is not worth the plastic that it is wrapped in." And then 2 months later, it was in bargain bins everywhere. I love it.
Mine is actually relates to our Sportster list of the week, which is from we got SummerSlam coming up, so mine is actually a SummerSlam match, and that is Triple H versus Eugene from SummerSlam, what, 05?
Yeah,
that's where Triple H whooped his ass.
Yeah, but it showed a time where Eugene was actually over, but it was actually still a good match, and it showed that Eugene could have been a star. until that no-showing bald bastard no-showed
I was gonna say, and you just enjoy seeing him get his ass kicked.
Yeah, now I enjoy it, but like at the time I was like, go Eugene, but now I'm just like, yeah, you deserve it, you bald bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time, if you put yourself in that time frame, it's a great match to watch with SummerSlam coming and everything. Just showed that Eugene actually could have been, on top. And who the fuck is having snacks?
Sorry, it was crumpling in the background. But that just makes me think of Eugene. Who am I? The Rock.
Yes.
And who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Triple H.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He just like looks at him. What did you just say?
Yeah.
The Rock's helping you out here. The Rock's your friend.
Who am I? The Rock. And who is your favorite? Triple H.
So good. That is a great one. Yeah, no, he's like, and who is your best friend? The Rock. And who is your favorite wrestler of all time? Triple H.
I gotta go find that one when he finished.
Yeah. Please go.
I forgot all about that.
I think I watched that like a couple weeks ago. I think it showed up in like my Facebook feed or some shit. Yeah. Oh my god, that was so good.
Goddamn.
So there's the bell, so you know what that means. That signifies the end of the three-way dance this week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode here. Leave some questions in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will have to send Frankie after you to get the questions, and I'm tired of having to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to meet Frankie.
Yeah. So yeah, leave some questions down below, and me, Shelby, and Nick will answer them on the next episode, which is going to be, is it SummerSlam?
Is it?
Is that no? SummerSlam isn't.
It's got to be the week after.
Well, then we'll figure out.
SummerSlam 2021.
17th.
August 21st.
Oh,
That's
okay.
still 3. We still got a couple.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure out something we're doing next week. Damn sure ain't going to be a music review for a long time. Not after this one. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Leave some questions down below. Doesn't even have to be wrestling related. It can be, but if it's not, it doesn't matter either if you want to just get to know us some more. Check out all of our sponsors in the description down below. And until next week, for Shelby and Nick, I'm the Artist Version 1, and be breezy.